channel, The Baking Diva. Well, today we're doing a collaboration. And before I get started, I want to thank Teresa and Cam from the channel Flour, Eggs, and Yeast for inviting me to participate in this collaboration. I was more than happy to do it. Well, what is this collaboration going to be about? Well, it's going to be about Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner. Hashtag Thanksgiving menu 2021. And I'll have that down below, the hashtag, in the video for you. So we got a group of YouTubers together. There's 5 different channels. And we're making you Thanksgiving dinner. So we hope you enjoy it. And we're going from soup to nuts. We're going to have a yummy turkey. Side dishes. And dessert. So let me first of all tell you the channels that are going to be participating in this video. The first one is moi, the Baking Diva. And also we have Carol, K-A-R-E-L, from the channel The Weird Cook. And then we have Mrs. Sonia Elaine. That's Sonia from that channel. And we have Cooking with Neighbors Jerri-ellen. And that's Jerri-ellen. And then of course we have Teresa and Cam from Flour, Eggs, and Yeast. So that's the 5 channels. So what I wanted to mention is after you're done watching this video, well, first of all, if you like it, hit that red subscribe and the little bell next to it till it says all, and you'll be a subscriber. You won't miss out on any future videos I have coming up. But also, once you get to the end of this, make sure you go over and you check out the other 4 channels. In my description box, I'm going to have the channel and I'm going to have the link to the channel. So make sure you visit them all. Otherwise, you won't have a complete dinner. So I wonder if you're all getting prepared or at least figuring out your menu for Thanksgiving. What am I going to make for you today? Well, I am Italian, and for Thanksgiving, we always have a side dish, which is sausage stuffed mushrooms. They're so delicious. Now, I have a few different ways to make them, but today I'm going to do something special. Have any of you ever heard of Carmine's restaurant? It's Carmine's Italian restaurant. It's one of my favorites. There's 2 of them located in New York. I believe one is in Times Square, and the other one is in another area of New York. There's one in Atlantic City. It's actually inside the Tropicana. And then I think there's one in the Bahamas and maybe Washington. I'm not sure. But let me just tell you a quick story about Carmine's. When we first went there, we didn't realize how their menu works. And let me tell you, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Carmine's, go! You will not be sorry. But anyway, we love stuffed artichoke, so I ordered a stuffed artichoke, and my hubby ordered another appetizer, and then I ordered an entree, and he ordered an entree. Well, when they brought the food, we almost fell off the chair. We didn't know at the time that everything they make is for 2 people. So this artichoke was to die for, and it was so big. And then he had another appetizer, and then when they brought the 2 meals, they were each enough for 2 people. So that's the way they work it there. So whenever you go, keep that in mind. Everything is enough for 2. So we happened to be staying at the Tropicana overnight, and we're thinking, oh my God, what are we gonna do with all this leftover food? But anyway, we did bring it up to our room, and we had a little refrigerator in our room, and we put it up there to have leftovers. But anyway, I digress. I love Carmine's. Now, Carmine's makes a very special sausage stuffed mushroom. It's a little different than maybe some of you are used to, but it is out of this world. So that's what I'm going to make for you today. I'm one of the people in charge of making a side dish. So what do you say we get started? So what do you need to make stuffed mushrooms? Well, you need mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is I have to use white mushrooms on the large side, at least 2 inches. And I bought a couple of packages of them because they weren't sold individually, and I picked out the larger ones because I needed 10 large ones. I had about 4 or 5 smaller ones left, so I put them aside because I'm going to need those. All right, so what you have to do first is, step 1, take your mushroom. You want to take out the stem. Now keep your stem, don't discard it, but you want to take it out so you have a nice hollow in there to put your stuffing in. So I'm just going to do one for you here. I just go around with my knife. You got to be careful so you don't break your mushroom. These little babies are delicate. And let me go around and round and round. There you go. And then you can just pull out your stem like this. You see? And then you have your hollow mushroom. So I'm going to continue to do these now, and I'll be right back to show you step 2. So don't go away. All right, so I took all the stems out of the inside of the mushrooms, and whoopsie, and this is the way it should look. Your mushroom should be hollowed out, okay? All right, now you keeping the stems. Want to have 10 larger mushrooms to stuff, and then just pick out 3 that aren't that big. Now, we're going to chop all this up. So let me go down below and show you what I'm doing. Now, yes, of course, chop them all up with a knife if you want. But I have this thing that I have had for years and years and years. It's a little manual chopper. I don't know if you've ever seen these, and it has this thing that pulls out. And out of all my choppers, it's probably the best one. So I'm going to chop them in here. It'll take a second. So let me put my stems in here. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just throwing them in. The blade is very sharp. Normally when I have a big job, I use my Ninja. But these are small, and these will be just fine. So watch this now. I could probably put another one. I'm going to put my lid on like that. See that? All I'm going to do is take this. Now, I've had this a long time, so I don't know if they make this model anymore, but I know they have plenty of other models, and they're very inexpensive. So I'll put it down below under, I think, my Amazon favorites if you're interested. Watch this. 1 pull, 2 pulls, 3 pulls, 4 pulls. And look at these mushrooms. Can you see them? They are chopped perfectly. I'm telling you, this thing is a breeze. I stick this in the dishwasher, I rinse off my blade, and I'm done. So I'm going to put these in a separate little bowl. I just have a couple more to do. I probably could have put them all in at the same time, but it doesn't matter. Put them in, put your top on, take your pull. 1, 2, whoopsie, 3, done. Look at that. It's amazing. It's a real time saver. So I have all my chopped up stems and my 3 other mushrooms in this bowl. And I'm going to put that aside. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is come on over to the stove with me, and I'm going to show you what we do next. So don't go away. Okay, so I'm over by the oven now. You don't have to see me. It's important that you see what I'm doing. I'm going to put in my saute pan here 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going to put that right in here. And when the olive oil gets hot, I'm going to add to it 3 ounces of sweet Italian sausage with fennel. That's very important. Get the one with the fennel in it. And if it only comes in the casing, you just can squeeze the loose sausage right out of the casing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sausage into my olive oil. I'm going to break it up. You can use a wooden spoon to break up the sausage when it's in the saute pan. And you're going to just keep breaking it up a little bit here and there until you get it nice and brown. Okay, so my oil is heated. I'm going to put in my sausage, 3 ounces of Italian sausage. I'm going to break it up a little bit. You hear it sizzling? You're just going to keep breaking it up and moving it around. I'll use my wooden spoon also till you get it nice and brown. This recipe is so delicious. I make different versions of it, but this is the Carmine's special. And I'll definitely put the recipe down below in the description box for you if you want to make it. So this is getting brown. Just moving it around a little bit. Okay, so as soon as I get this all nice and browned, I'll be back to show you the next step. Don't go away. Okay, as you can see, the sausage is nicely browned. Now to this, I am going to add the mushrooms that I chopped up. Them right in there. I'm also going to add 1 cup of finely chopped green pepper. I chopped that prior to the video. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped garlic to that. And I'm going to stir it up. And this is going to cook probably maybe about 8 minutes or so until the peppers and the mushrooms are tender and the juice from the mushrooms in here has evaporated. So let me hold it up so maybe you can see it a little bit. It's hard. Can you see that there? Yeah. So it's the chopped up mushrooms, the garlic, it's the brown sausage, and it's the green pepper. So I'm going to continue cooking this till everything's tender, and then I'll be right back to show you what we do next. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is all ready. What I'm going to do now is I am going to add 1 cup of chicken stock to this pan, and I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of Italian style breadcrumbs. I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to reduce my heat to low. And I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of Romano grated cheese. And I'm going to mix this all up. I'll hold up the pan. You see how it's starting to thicken in there? Okay, so let me just keep stirring this for a minute. Well, it is thickening. All right, so let me stir it around. This is making that yummy stuffing for your mushrooms. Smells delicious. All right, now comes the surprise. I have this turned down very low, waiting till the stock gets absorbed. Oh, look, see that? Perfect. All right, now comes the surprise. I'm going to add to this, you ready? Red vinaigrette peppers that I have chopped up. Now, no, I am Italian, but I'm not old school Italian, so I didn't make my own red vinaigrette peppers. But if you want to, you certainly can. But I bought this brand. It's B&G Sweet Red Peppers. And they are in a vinegar. They're in distilled vinegar and water. And I use those. So I am now going to add those. I'm going to turn off my heat. I'm gonna add these red vinaigrette peppers to this mixture. I bet you didn't see that coming, right? And let me just stir these in. And then I'll meet you over at the island in a second, show you what we do next. Okay, so let me hold this up a little bit. This is what it's gonna look like after I've taken it off the burner. This sounds strange to you, but I'm going to spoon this into a platter or a large dish, and I'm gonna refrigerate it for about 15 minutes because we want the mixture to cool down. And then I'll be back. We're gonna stuff those babies and put them in the oven and then do a taste testing. So I'll be right back. Okay, I took this out of the refrigerator. You just have to chill it a little bit. And now I'm gonna stuff these mushrooms. It says stuff them with about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. You know, just judge it yourself. I like to mound them on the top. This looks really good, I'll tell you. And apparently this recipe says that the vinaigrette red peppers are what's going to, what are the words they use? They said the vinaigrette red peppers are the secret weapon, are going to propel these mushrooms into the stratosphere. So we'll see. So I'm just going to stuff a couple of them for you now. I'll stuff the rest off camera. Then I'm going to put them in a baking dish. I'm going to bake them at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I will be back. Look at these. And we're going to do a taste testing, and I can't wait. Well, here's these mushrooms. I just took them out of the oven. I baked them at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. I'm going to put this dish down, and there's some juice in there, and I'm going to spoon some of the juice over them, and I'm going to do a taste testing. Oh my goodness, they look so yummy. Oh, look at that. Ooh, yeah, baby. Let me get a little juice to put on top. Alrighty. Now comes the taste testing. And you know what they say about these mushrooms? They say that it's going to make your taste buds dance. So I'll let you know if it does. They're very hot right out of the oven. Let me cut this. Oh, it smells delicious. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, and before I taste it, don't forget, at the end of this video, head on over to the other channels to see what they made for Thanksgiving dinner. And don't forget, if you like this video and this recipe, subscribe to my channel so you can see a lot more. All right, here we go. My taste buds are dancing. And they say the secret to this, besides the red vinegared peppers, is also use a good Italian sausage with fennel and nice mushrooms. And don't forget to wash your mushrooms. All right. Well, I give these 2 thumbs up. If I had another thumb, I'd give them 3 thumbs up. They're delicious. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Whatever you're making, enjoy it. And I'll see you all very soon. Toodles!